שלום, מה נשמע? אז אני נמצא באינדיאנפוליס בסיבוב של בתים, ואנחנו מחפשים היום פליפים ורנטלים. איתי נמצאת מרי בית קמברה, אני מקווה שיעטתי נכון את השם שלה, שהיא גם חברה וגם מאוד מוכשרת במה שהיא עושה. אז היא תספר קצת על מה שעשינו ביום האחרון, ואם יש לכם שאלות, תרשמו למטה, נענה עליהם. היא תסביר קצת מה זה רנטל טוב ואיך הוא נראה בדרך כלל, וגם קצת על הבית הזה שמאחורינו. אז הנה היא. היי.
Hello, shalom.
Shalom.
Nice to see y'all.
So, Mary Beth, maybe you can tell a bit of what we did the last hours, the last 5-6 hours, what we have done, and what are we looking for, basically, in rentals?
Yeah, so I'm with a small independent brokerage. MC Home Realty is the brokerage that I'm with. And we talked a little bit about Indianapolis and the rental market and what makes a good rental versus maybe some of the rent homes that potentially should be stayed away from. Personally, my preference is a bedroom-bathroom ratio of 3 beds, 2 bathrooms, or at least a 1.5 bathroom. Typically, people grow out of bathrooms quicker than they grow out of bedrooms. Obviously, we like the luxury of being able, even if there's 2 of us in the home, we like the luxury of being able to get ready in 2 separate bathrooms, and or at least have a free bathroom if someone else is using the other. So obviously the goal is when you have a rental, you want low vacancy and good tenants. And one thing that I found is that with a lower bedroom bathroom ratio of 1 bedroom, 1 bath, you're going to get a real more transient type of tenant, someone who comes in for a shorter amount of time, typically a year, in some cases less, because their living status changes, or they move on to a new job and they were here temporarily and didn't need this space. So typically I try to stay away from 1-1s. On a rare occasion, under a rainbow kind of event, you might have a single person move in who will never need more than the 1-1. And so I have seen where there's a long-term tenant in such a small unit, but it's not likely, not very often that you see that. A 2-1 is a little step above. You're probably going to have a single person or a young couple, and obviously that isn't bad, but potentially it could be an unmarried couple who end up getting married and start planning for a family, and then they want to grow, and obviously they need the extra bathroom or bedroom space depending. Also, so my minimum is 3-2, or at least 3 1.5s. Let's see, what else did we talk about? Area is definitely important. Location. Everyone says location, location, location. There are different areas around Indianapolis. Personally, some of my favorites are on the outer skirts of Indianapolis, say just inside or even on the outskirts of 465. When you look on a map, you'll see Indianapolis in the center, and then 465 is the highway that loops around, and it takes about an hour to drive around the whole thing. One question that I do get often is, where do all these people work? That is a hard question to answer, because there are people that live outside of Indianapolis, even up to 50 miles, that work in the downtown area of Indianapolis. Indiana is unique in that they've done a really good job with their highway system, and for the most part, making it accessible and easy to use. So if you live on the north side, it's really not that hard to work on the south side. If you are closer into the city, typically, yes, people will want to live on the north side if they're working on the north side. But I've known of couples and families that the husband works on one side, the wife works on the completely opposite side, so they kind of just group in the middle there. So
I really like the fact that Indianapolis is really redeveloping.
Yes.
And you can see every time we come here, we can see that there are new side roads for bikes and stuff like that, and that really shows that the city thinks about the young couples, they think about how they can develop and make new and give new value to the residents of the city.
Yes, Indianapolis is definitely the crossroads of America. We are very centrally located in the U.S., and so a lot of distribution centers are based here or nearby here, and we house a ton of sports events. We've got the Indy 500 that just happened last weekend.
Yeah.
It draws in, gosh, I don't even know how many people were there, but there are just thousands of people that come, and it is such a well-attended and well-structured event. Obviously, we've had the Super Bowl.
The Pacers play here.
Yep, we've got the Pacers. Obviously, the Indianapolis Colts. We've hosted various sports competitions and championships and things like that. And so we've got a really good structure to bring in a host of people. We're working on Indianapolis is creating the Red Line, which is another form of public transportation. We have a variety of redevelopment areas, as Yair mentioned, that the city has come in and is spending money on bringing in new lighting and new sidewalks and new roads, to the point where private investors then come in and start buying up the properties and fixing those up as well. So a lot of that is going on right now in the Near East side. You'll see that happening in a variety of different areas. And what was the other thing? Oh, he mentioned the trails and parks. That's something that we talked about.
Yeah.
And I said, because of all the activity, it's definitely creating a ton of gentrification, which is awesome, bringing in all kinds of different walks of people from different walks of life. And they love to be more, what's the word I'm looking for? They like to have foot traffic. Yes. Tell me the right word and I'll use it. They like to, there's several people here especially the closer you get to downtown, they don't own cars. They like to ride their bikes. They like to walk to the grocery store, to work and things like that. And so being near a park or a trail, we've got so many different trails here in the city that branch out to other parts of Indiana. Monon would be the most popular one that you all probably have heard of. But we're seeing people really focused on living near those kinds of areas. So a lot of that rehabs and remodels and areas of redevelopment, thank you, are focused in some of those areas as well. Anything else?
For today, I think it would be enough.
All right, cool.
So, thank you. תודה רבה חבר'ה שישבתם וצפיתם. יש שאלות, תרשמו למטה, אנחנו נשמח לענות. עידית ואני נשמח מאוד לתת לכם לענות ולספר לכם יותר. יאללה, נתראה.